What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another video, and today we're going to be doing a little experiment kind of thing. We're going to be testing out the quality of none other than Aliexpress products. So for those who don't know, Aliexpress is a distribution company, I guess. It's like an app, kind of like Temu, but they were here before Temu, I believe, that you buy products on for cheaper because they're coming from overseas. Now, that entails what we call knockoffs, some official licensed products, some things in between, all different kinds of stuff. This is not just action figures. There's clothes, electronics, kids' toys, stickers, artwork, like all different kinds of stuff on AliExpress. And a big thing going around for years was, are knockoffs worth the price of admission? Now, if you watched a couple videos ago, I did do a review of the KO, which is knockoff, Storm Collectibles Baki. And I gotta say, he was a pretty solid figure. I wouldn't know the difference between that and the original one, because I was never able to get the original one, but every video I've seen on it looks pretty damn good. So what I wanted to do was test that to the limits, right? Push that to the limits of AliExpress's capabilities. So what I did was I ordered, I think 6 products are going to be shown in this video. You know, kind of like, I'll say the prices, how much I paid for them, and the quality of these figures. So I'm pretty excited to get into it. At this point, I've opened up all of them, and I gotta say, there is a wide variety of quality, but I think overall it was a pretty big success. So let's go ahead and jump into these. Let's start with this one. Now, getting these two guys out of the package, if it would focus, there we go. They're pretty damn cool, I gotta be honest. They really do advertise them as posable guys, and I will say, they're quite the posable guys. Now, they're not perfect, but also, let's keep in mind, I paid a whopping $4 a piece for these guys. So, $8 total for the both of them to get a bunch of hands, some weapons, and really posable action figures is pretty awesome. They're the same exact thing, and the reason I bought 2 is because I do want to do a crazy custom idea using these things. We'll see how that goes. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll just take a look at this one. So anything I say about this one is the same for the other one, but the other one is red. That's it. Pretty plain and simple. So the biggest worry I have with these is, obviously, these are just 3D printed guys, right? So please, you know, be aware that they are very brittle. Like, take your time. Don't just go cranking stuff. And honestly, I don't think heating up things is going to help much with these guys. Just listen to the knee joint. Oof, man. Doesn't necessarily feel like it's going to break, but it's definitely a possibility. So the sculpt is pretty good. It's just got like that generic robotic sculpt. I like the big hands with the expressions that they gave for each of them, which is really nice because they do both come with the same amount of expression hands, and a couple weapons, which we'll get into in a second. But there's nothing on the face, which is good for the custom that I want to do. And then you just get the black underparts, which is very, very nice. I like it. I need to figure out how these things are assembled so I can kind of pop them apart a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. So, talking about the accessories, you do get a pair of these open hands, which is nice. You do get a pair of gun grip hands. We like that. We do get a pair of fist hands. And, well, I guess the grip hands are just weapon holding hands. So the yellow guy came with a yellow Bowie knife or whatever it's called. But the black one came with a black, or the red one came with a black one. And that's fine. I don't really care. They each come with this black staff, which is nice. It's nice that they came with that. And then they each come with 2 guns. So you get 4 guns total if you buy 2. I like these. Obviously, you could probably sand them out to make them refined, but that personally doesn't bother me, to be honest. But I think what most people are going to wonder is, how is the posability on these guys? The head will look up all the way. It's like kind of like a ball joint, but like not exactly. It's like not completely round. It's really weird. The neck one kind of pops out a little bit easier than I'd like, but it's not that big a deal. It will rotate. Again, just be careful with what you're doing. Pay attention to how you're posing. This is a joint I've never really seen before. It's like a clip on a ball joint in the torso that can allow it to go forward like pretty damn far. And back also very far. I like that. That's a cool setup. And it wouldn't work for everything, but and then it can hinge up and down. The hinge at the shoulder will go out that far. It'll go down. It'll rotate all around on the ball joint on there. You do get a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows that are beautiful. They work very nicely. You just got to be cautious because things do pop out. You don't want to lose anything. Then you do get the wrist joint, which will rotate. It's very tight on the wrist, so that's like my biggest complaint, is the rotation on the wrist is tight, but the range is there. Just I feel like something's stripping. Just be aware. Just be aware. The torso, whoops. Torso will go down. I want to see how far I can go without popping off. So I guess there. That's pretty damn good. He can arc back. Actually, not as much, but I don't really mind. Can rotate a little bit at the top and pivot. And then it'll pivot down there, and you get more of a rotation. So you can definitely, you know, get his torso around. Hips, you get full splits, not a problem. The hips feel the best out of all the joints. They go forward and back. You do get a thigh swivel, but I don't want to push it more than that, to be honest. Double jointed knees. And then the ankle does go down, up. You can rotate the ankle. The ankle is very nice too. Oops. Where'd that go? You do get a nice pivot on that. Goes back and forth. And they do get a toe hinge. So I don't think that it's bad. It's just, again, be cautious, because he feels a little brittle. I mean, you could probably hear it on there, but it's not bad. So after disassembling and reassembling all the pieces, this is the Scud custom I came up with. So I saw this figure a while ago, or these figures a while ago, like I said, on Aliexpress, and I had this idea immediately. So is it perfect to Scud's design? No. I'm gonna say in my head, this is a modern interpretation of the character. I mean, because you can get him into his poses. Like this body definitely allows for that. You can get him like shooting under the leg like he does, you know, kind of like that. Like you can definitely get him to do that. The posability is there. The only thing is he's a little small, but I always pictured Scud being a small guy anyway. So I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. And all I had to do was print out his logo on his chest and his eyes, and then like, what I usually do is put sealant over paper, let that dry, and then matte finish it. And that really does get it to stay on there. I do that with logos and stuff. It's just a lot easier to get those things on like that. But yeah, this is, you know, he's a lot of fun. These figures are super addicting. So for $4 each, so this cost me $8 to make. If I ever come across the Shocker Toys one, I couldn't think of the name. If I ever come across the Shocker Toys one for a good price, then I'll probably pick that up just because I really want that figure. But this is a lot of fun too. So yeah, not happy or not disappointed with this guy at all. And this is the one I'm most interested in because it's the one I know the least amount about. Let's see what we can do. That's looking pretty damn good. So if you could not tell already, this is the Storm Collectibles knockoff version of Mike Tyson. And I'm not like a big boxing or wrestling or MMA fan or whatever, but I like Mike Tyson. I think he's a funny ass dude. And I like Mike Tyson mystery, so there's a chance this may get like a blue jumpsuit and go on my animation self. I'm not exactly sure. Or maybe like one of the extra head sculpts or something. But yeah, I like Mike Tyson, so I'm very excited to get this one open. So taking the Mike Tyson out of the package, man, am I pleasantly surprised. I was seeing some pictures that were looking pretty rough, and I got kind of nervous for a second, but no, this thing is awesome. Like, I'm thoroughly not only just happy, but like impressed with how awesome this thing is. For $20, I think it was actually like 17. Get the frick out of here, dude. It is awesome. So taking a look at the head sculpt, he does come with 3 heads. It's not perfect, and it's definitely not as good as the Stone Collectibles one, especially like the paint. Kind of, I don't know what happened there. It kind of just went away. It looks all right on this side, but like it looks pretty damn good. Like if I took like a paintbrush and just kind of faded that out a little bit more, that looks pretty good. Like, I'm not upset with that. He's got a weird nipple here, unfortunately. I don't know what side I like more. I kind of like this side a little bit more than this side, but you can see his tattoos that are painted on there. You get to see the Everlast boxing gloves. They got some paint shading in them. The shorts are cloth goods, which they look good with the Everlast tampography on it. You got that on there. This leg is a little bit longer than this leg. I think it's just because it's not seated in all the way. It's not super noticeable, and if you do literally any pose with them, you don't notice it. He's got paint shading across the skin. He's got nice skin tone. The biggest issue I have is that they use skin tone pegs to attach the feet, but like other than that, and like a peg hole there for the toe, but like other than that, that's a pretty damn good looking figure for $20. It's pretty impressive. And the joints on this one feel a lot smoother and less poppy outy. Like nothing's popped out on this, knock on wood, other than like the Baki one that I reviewed a little bit ago. Taking a look at the interchangeable heads really quick, you get like the kind of like grunting one and then kind of like a regular face one. This one looks rough. The eyebrows and the hair were not painted nice on this, so I won't be using this, but like that's the biggest mishap with this whole figure, because this looks fine. And then he comes with he also comes with this picture that comes in the back of the box. So if you're a big Mike Tyson fan, you can recreate that pose, because he does come with all the appropriate belts. It's just like a little piece of cardboard. It's pretty cool. Probably not something I'm going to keep, but it's pretty cool. So you get this belt, and guys, I don't know what these belts are. So he comes with this one, soft sculpt, but it looks all right. Comes with this one. Looks all right. And it comes with this one, which looks pretty damn good. It's got like all the world flags around it. Heavyweight world champion, is that what that means? I have no idea. Like I said, I just like Mike Tyson. I think he's a funny guy. But yeah, not bad. Taking a look at the articulation, head's gonna go up. It's not soft like Stone Collectibles tend to be. Head's articulation's not great, but that's like the weakest part. Shoulders go up all the way. Feels really nice. Rotate, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrist swivel, and they have a slight hinge in there, but they're not really going to do much. The ab crunch on this guy, it popped off, goes that far forward, and it gets a little gappy, but without the gaps, you can adjust it. It goes that far back. That's pretty impressive. And then it'll pivot side to side as well, and you have to play with it a little bit, and it'll rotate at the top and the bottom. Again, super smooth and tight. I like it. Hips, oh man, that was the first time anything popped out, but hips go out that far, it'll go down, heel kick forward that far, back, upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and then the ankle will rotate where the shoe meets the foot, or the shoe meets the calf, and then it goes down, up, and pivot, and then a toe hinge. So not bad at all. I hope that this just plugs back in easily and stays in, because that's the most annoying thing about my Baki figure, is the leg does get a little loose. But like, other than that, I mean, I'm gonna have to take his pants off. Ooh. But like, other than that, this is a pretty damn solid action figure of Mike Tyson. You can see the Mike Tyson butt. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Like, I'm thoroughly impressed with this. This was the one I was nervous for the most, to be honest. Like, I was worried that this one wasn't going to do too good or fare too well, but no, I am gladly mistaken in that he is pretty damn impressive. And if you don't want to pay the full price for that regular Mike Tyson one, or like the actual official one from Storm Collectibles, this is a really, really good offering. It's a lot of fun. He looks good, and he gets the job done. So, yeah, thoroughly impressed with how good this turned out. Let's see what this one's got. So, yeah, I did pick up the SH Figure Arts Utah from Jujutsu Kaisen 0, the movie, which that was the first. No, it wasn't. That was my favorite anime movie that I've seen in theaters. Not my first one. I did see the My Hero movies. And I think this is official. I know sometimes on Aliexpress they do ship official things for a cheaper price. Since I had like free shipping with combined stuff, it was like $50 to get this, which is a lot better than what it's going for around, and I think it does look official. So just consider this a little review for this guy. And here they are with Utah. Now, I think this is official. This feels official, looks official, had an official pricing, and I'm okay with that. I got it for $50. Again, free shipping when I ordered, that much, because it was like my first big order on Aliexpress or something. I don't freaking know. But it looks good. His face looks really nice. He got like that tired look that he had in the movie. The hair is very pointy, so just be careful with that. You do get the little gold in there. You get a little bit of paint shading in there. I really like that. I like the way that looks. You get like the SH Figure Arts legs, and then you do get a little bit of dust and scuffies on the shoes there. But Utah looks great. I'm pretty happy with this. You get his belt painted. I really like the movie. I hope they make a Panda. I'd be so happy if they made Panda, but looks pretty good. I like the way that he looks. He does come with a whole bunch of accessories. I'm going to leave them in the tray for right now. But he comes with the microphone to talk to his girlfriend. You get all of these different face plates. I think I'm going to go with this one, like the sad whatever face. I just noticed this. His ring is painted on his hands and all the interchangeable hands, which is nice. And then you get the sword that's wrapped up. It's pretty nice. You get the one that you can put on his back, which is probably what I'm going to do. I want to have him holding that. I like it. It comes with a nice amount of accessories and stuff. You get the sword. I hope they do his girl. That would be cool. Like getting that big curse. I would really, really like that. That'd be cool. So the articulation is as follows. Head goes up, down, pivot side to side, rotate. Great articulation there. Shoulders go up, they go down, pivot side to side. This shoulder seems a little bit down further than this one. Not really sure why. Goes all the way up and will rotate. The elbow goes in that far. Not super good looking joint, but it gets the job done. And it'll rotate in there as well, like at the sleeve, and then it'll rotate here at the hand. He'll crunch forward very far. He'll arc back very far, rotate at the top and the bottom, and will kick outwards like so. He'll kick forward, back, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. And then the ankle, will it rotate? It will. It'll rotate up here. It'll go down, up not too far, pivot, and toe joint. So, yeah, again, pretty sure this is official. And that's pretty cool, because this was the one that, like, I wanted to be official, that, like, I was hoping it would be official. And honestly, if it's not official, it looks good enough for me. And honestly, I don't really... this is how I am with, like, pretty much everything in my life. If it works, I like it. I don't care about name brands. I don't care about having the official thing. If it looks nice and does what it's supposed to do, that's good enough for me. I don't need Nike. I don't need a Chevrolet. I don't need a fucking Mustang or anything like that. If my car drives, there you go. If my action figures, that works for me. So, yeah, I really like the way that this turned out as well. On to the next one. am getting Ted out of the packaging. I am pretty damn impressed. And pretty happy, because I really like Ted. I like the movie. The second one's alright. And actually, I thought the show was pretty solid. For those who haven't watched it, and want a quick review of it, go ahead and check my Letterboxd. Ooh, Letterboxd plug. But for the most part, this is a pretty good, like, figure. I mean, sure, it's definitely a knockoff, and you can feel that in this one. Sorry for the paint on my fingers, but you can feel it on this one, but not terribly. Like, it's pretty damn solid. So he does come with, I mean, let's take a look at the sculpt first, I guess. He comes packed with a bunch of accessories, but the sculpt is very nice. And I think that this is supposed to be from the second one, when he kind of got beat up from that dude who tried to kidnap him, because you can see, like, kind of like the fabric underneath of him. But he looks good. You can, change the face plates. We'll talk about in a second. I think the only thing is he's a little shiny, especially for, like, a little stuffed animal. So I'm going to throw a matte coat on him and see how that looks. And I'll probably show that at the end of the video. But yeah, he looks pretty damn good. I like the seams on him. He doesn't have a tag, unfortunately, but it's not that big a deal, to be honest with you. So let's take a look at his accessories. So this actually is one of the alternate faces. He gets the smiling face. That's my favorite one for sure. That's probably the one I'm going to use. You do get the closed mouth hole. We'll talk about that. You get the completely closed mouth. You get this mouth, like singing or screaming or something, and then this added mouth. And then he does come with an extra pair of eyebrows. I didn't know what these were at first, but the eyebrows move, and we'll talk about that in articulation. So in case if you lose them or break them, there you go. I don't know what this is. I do know what this is. It's a stand for him to sit on, I think. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, I just thought of that. Yeah, it's for him to sit on. So if you want him doing recreational activities, you can have him do so. Okay, it's for him to sit on. It's a little chair. I like that. You do get the beer. Does not look like any beer bottle I've ever seen, but you get an apple for him to throw. Looks nice. And all these accessories have these little pegs on there so that you can put it in either of the hands. I mean, I don't really know another way to do it. That's fine by me. I don't really care having little holes in his hands. It's not that big a deal. He has his cell phone. So you can see him doing that. I like his little phone. It's pretty cool. And then you get this flask. Yeah. Let's just call it that. Ooh, you got a flask. And that's where these heads come in, or these faceplates come into play. That kind of stuff, I'm not going to talk too much about that because I don't know if YouTube is weird about that kind of shit. So, excuse me. I think he looks really nice. The faceplates interchange very nicely. You just kind of pop that off. And they stay on pretty good. They're a little loose, so just be a little cautious. The eyebrows will move. They'll go down so you can make them angry. Whoa, see, they do pop out, so it's nice in case if you fling one. You can have them confused. Like, there's a lot of expression to be had with this. So, like, if you want to pop that off, and he could be like, huh? Like, that's awesome. I really like that. The head's on a ball joint, so it'll look up, down. It'll pivot side to side, and it'll rotate. That's pretty good for his shape. I mean, he's a little teddy bear. What do you expect? Arm goes up. Rotate 360, butterfly joint, which I was not expecting. Single jointed elbows. I do wish that there was some kind of rotation at the elbow. That's like my biggest thing. No torso articulation. That's fine. Hips go out that far. He can kick forward, like so you can get him to sit. Like it actually works better than I thought it would. Like that doesn't look bad at all. Like sitting and then just kind of like put the stand behind him. Like that's pretty good. I like the way that looks. And then the ankles, it's just like on a little ball peg, so they'll rotate. It doesn't really do much, but it doesn't really need to. So I'm pretty surprised in all the right ways with this guy. Let's see if just what a neutral face looks like on him, just like when he's like before he comes alive. Oops. I like it. I think that you could argue that, oh, man, dude. I guess the one face is really loose on him. But I like it. Looks good. I think it's a nice addition to the movie shelf if that's something you're into. Plus, the other one's like really expensive from what I remember. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one.
We could do this one next.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So after getting this out of the packaging, I'm going to say this is Aliexpress's first L. So this, if you can't tell, is supposed to be the Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors, which is a horror musical that I am a pretty big fan of. I watched it for the first time this year and I really liked it. And unfortunately, no companies out there are making articulated Audrey 2s. So this was the best I got. So you screw on the head here and it will rotate, but then that's about it. The mouth doesn't open, and it didn't advertise that the mouth was going to open, but it would have been really cool if like it opened and had the tongue and all that in there. Then you get the vines up here. But if you place this down like this, it has Audrey like looking up. And so I guess maybe it's supposed to be like that. I can't really tell which is the top or the bottom lip. Also, taking a look at the paint on this, it's pretty atrocious. It's pretty damn bad. Not a big fan of that paint. That is not nearly what it looks like. I'll put a picture on here of the listing itself. And, you know, that's the risk you run. It also came with the 2 tendrils that can go in there, but no pot. You do have to get your own pot, which is something I'm going to have to look into. I mean, I'm fine with just like a regular brown terracotta pot, so I'll probably go to like Lowe's or something, get like a $5 one. But I don't know what I'm going to... Oh, wait. No, I know what I'll fill it with. So maybe I'll come back and do that in another video or something on TikTok. But yeah, I don't really like the paint on this. There's not enough vines, not nearly enough vines. It just seems like this is going to be a bigger project than I thought it was going to be, because you got some leaves on here. Ooh, well, one less leaf came right off. I don't know what this black paint at the bottom is, but yeah, I'm going to say that this is an AliExpress fail. Not a big fan of this. It's going to take some work to fix up and make look good, and I don't mind doing that necessarily, but like also I don't want to, so like big L on this one. Now this one. So as you can see, what we got here is a Venomized Captain America. Now, I do have the Hasbro Marvel Legends one, the Walmart exclusive one, but I saw this and I was like, oh, it's like $15. It's probably pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check it out. And I gotta say, it's pretty cool. There's definitely some shortcomings here, but there are also some things that like really surprised me with this figure. So, taking a look at the head sculpt here, it looks okay. A little bit more paint than I thought, and the paint that is there is surprisingly clean. I really like the Venom A. That looks good. Get the tongue there. You do get the upper bicep being, you know, white, and the rest not really being painted at all. And then you get a ball peg there at the hand with the fingernails painted. And then on the other side, you can take the shield off. We'll talk about that more in a second. I guess on this side, he still has his human hand, like a human glove, and it looks okay. His fingers are painted. I likes that. And then you do get, you know, like the legs with all the venom going around it. One random monster foot and then like the boot, but the boot has all the laces and like silver buckles or whatever they're called, like loopholes painted surprisingly well. I mean, and it doesn't feel super cheap neither. Like, it doesn't feel like super high quality at all, but it doesn't feel super cheap neither. I noticed on the packaging, it literally says Disney. I'm surprised about that. Usually this stuff's like knockoff and they can't use that stuff, but looks pretty good as far as accessories are concerned. He does come with a figure stand, which is a surprisingly nice figure stand. Not something I think I'm going to use because, as you guys probably know, I'm not a big figure stand guy. But if you wanted to get them, like, leaping, you can do that, I guess. It's not super high. It's why I think it's kind of dumb. And, of course, he comes with the shield. And I really like the sculpt on the shield, like all the Venom, like, coming all over it and stuff. I'm happy that the Venom craze is kind of over. I'm assuming when the third movie comes out, it's going to all come back. But, like, I don't know. Not a huge, like, Venomize every character kind of guy. That was like big for a while. Funko kind of was the one who forerun that. But taking a look at the heads or the articulation here, the head sculpt's on a ball peg at the neck, surprisingly. So it can rotate. Oh my god, I thought that just broke. Luckily it did not. But the way that they sculpted it does not really allow for much movement up and down. Shoulders only go up to about there, which is not good. Rotate 360, no bicep swivel, but double jointed pinless elbows. Of all things, man, of all things. And then the wrist swivel, and I don't know, ball peg, which is nice. No torso articulation at all. No waist twist, no ab crunch. Hips go outwards that far. They'll go down. He'll kick forward. Just be careful. Again, thought I broke it. I did not. Only kick forward to about there. Back. You do get a thigh swivel on this one. Double jointed pinless knees. That, despite being different sculpts, kind of afford the same range. And then this ball peg works pretty well. I likes that. This one works okay. I still do likes it. So, yeah, it's not bad. I think the biggest thing for me is an ab crunch and a bicep swivel. I always think a bicep swivel is like super beneficial. But I mean, like, just getting them posed in something like this, like, that's a pretty basic pose, and it doesn't look too bad in it, which I'm kind of surprised about. I only threw this in the cart just kind of to make this video, and I have a big Captain America collection, so I'll throw this in there. But yeah, it's not perfect, but it's better than I thought it would be. So, after, you know, my little excursion down the Aliexpress rabbit hole, I have to say, I'm pretty happy overall with my purchases. I think there was only one that really disappointed me, that being the Audrey 2, or not Audrey 2, whatever you want to call it, from Little Shop of Horrors. It just, it's kind of my fault, but the quality of the figure isn't very good to begin with. So, you know, I'm going to have to definitely put some work into that one, but it's not the end of the world. I'll definitely be willing to do that work. But the rest of the figures here, pretty damn solid. I'm very happy with my Scud custom. That Captain America is pretty cool. Ted is probably my favorite thing, to be completely honest, because he looks damn near perfect. Mike Tyson turned out really good, and I do believe that Utah is official, so it's just a nice figure to add to the collection. But yeah, overall, I'm very surprised at how well Aliexpress turned out, and let's just say I have some more stuff on order, so probably won't do another video on it necessarily, because some of the stuff I bought is for a custom that I'm going to be doing, but for the most part, this was a good time, and this is some fun. These are some fun figures here. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot on, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all of those apps, and I have a good time, so I'm sure you will too. But as always, let me know. You want to pick any of these guys up? See you guys in the next one. Peace. What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.